What's up, guys? Welcome to FloTrack's 2020 USATF Championships preview show presented by wonderful Pistachios. I'm here with Demitra Carter, Johnny Pace. I'm Nia Gibson. Let's talk. So we're super excited to get things kicked off here at Ocean Breeze here in Staten Island. So it's nice to be in New York. And do we have anything that we're super excited about, guys?
Yes, so I don't know if it's nice to be in New York. It's freezing cold outside, just to put that out there. But yeah, I think 400 is exciting, 3,000, hurdles. We have shot put. Chase Jackson just broke the world record and showing up. So I think there's a lot to look forward to.
Well, I think, you see a lot of the athletes that are at the top of the sport showing up because, there's a world team spot on the line. Like, this is a very big deal. And so you see a lot of athletes that maybe we haven't seen yet, or very rarely are showing up to earn that spot. And let's not forget that the World Championships this year will be in Nanking, China. So it's a big deal, and it's a pretty far away. I think last year I was in Glasgow, which is a little bit closer to the States, but it's a world team nonetheless. This actually, I think the meet is also rescheduled, right? This was supposed to happen back in 2021 or 2022, and so finally 2025 we're seeing it happen, but it's been a long time coming.
A long time coming for sure. I think, as we talk about our excitement and people who are going to make the world team, for those of you who don't know, it is top 3 that makes the team, and then they choose the relay pool, right, from the finalists. So as we're talking about that, I wanted to talk about my favorite, or not maybe favorite, but most anticipated for myself. That men's 400 is stacked. We have the high school phenom and fan favorite Quincy Wilson, Vernon Norwood, and someone I want everyone to really keep an eye on is Will Sumner. This feels like a bit of a Milrose rematch, although it is a different event. But if you guys remember, he did win that 600 just a couple weeks ago in the heat with Quincy Wilson, and he will actually be in the prelim heat with Quincy. So I'm super excited to watch that, and I think it's going to be a pretty cool showdown.
Yeah, and Quincy and Vernon, part of that gold medal 4x4 this summer in Paris. So it's like both ends of the professional game, or the elite track game. Like, Vernon's been in it for quite some time. Quincy's just starting out, but it's cool to see that they're both going to be lining up and competing for that gold.
For sure. I feel like we have a bunch of dogs on the line. There's something about the way each one of them run. It's so unique, the way they run, their forms, the way they finish, the way they start, but a dog all the same. Nothing scares them. And if we're talking about Quincy, he did just break the 400-meter record for high school. So this should be something fun. I do think that record may be on the line again. We have a tough field.
Yeah, I feel like every time Quincy steps on the track, like, there's a relay record, high school record, some record goes down. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do. I also love the relationship that Quincy and Vernon have. I don't know if y'all saw the video on USATF. It was the cutest thing. And I need to figure out what their Starbucks order is, because he said he drank that and then ran 44. I think I need to incorporate that tomorrow, so we'll see. But I love that dynamic that they have. It's kind of like mentor-mentee type vibes, and not too much criticism on how he races, letting him still grow and develop into his own athlete, but still there if he has any questions and those things like that. So I love their little dynamic.
We gotta love it.
How about you, Demitra? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm a hurdle girly. It's something about women's hurdles. Every time they step on the track, it's never not something to watch. We have Masai Russell. It's Masai Russell. What more can we say? Every time she steps on the track, it's something to see. It's some type of record, meet record, facility record. So I'm excited to watch her run. We saw her in Kentucky for Workout Wednesday, which was really cool to see. Her training partner won't be here because she's not American, but her training partner, they both go neck and neck. They're both competitive athletes. It's really cool.
That's what really struck me from that Workout Wednesday and that trip was like, this is nothing new to them. They are literally practicing championship level racing every single day in practice, and obviously that's going to help you out when it comes to actual race day, when something's on the line, when you're competing with another world-class athlete and simulating those races multiple times a week.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. They're really like in the blocks, running over, 5, 6 hurdles every single time. It's insane. Like, the intensity is insane. So to see her come out and do what she normally does on a regular basis is going to be pretty cool to see. Coming off that Olympic gold, it will be fun.
As a distance runner, that's like what really stood out to me about the hurdle training is like, you are really simulating race environments. And that's a little less, like, in distance, it's more like controlled, a little bit more within yourself. And that was really cool to like see what a hurdle season like preparation looks like.
Yeah, I need to see what a distance preparation looks like. That's foreign to me.
We'll get you there.
I gotta ask you guys though. So I wasn't in Kentucky with you guys, so I have just as I guess the viewpoint of as a viewer watching it on Workout Wednesday. Like Demitra said, go check that out. It's live on YouTube right now. How So what did that intensity feel like while you were down there on the track?
Yeah, I think for me, I had the pleasure of watching Masai race all through college. So I went to Baylor, Kara Nugent went to Baylor Jamaican, and then Masai, I believe, has always been at Kentucky. And watching them go head and head every single time was something to see. And I think now to see the behind the scenes of the work that she put in, because I've seen Akira's work, but to see her work, they go hard, like they're dogs. And I think to have that mentality, she didn't start hurdles until high school. She ran like 2 races before college. It's something really small. So to see her kind of like develop and then take Coach Green's thoughts and opinions and all his coaching and like develop into who she is really amazing to see. Like, and then the personality behind it too. Like when we mic'd her up, she was like, "I'm used to this." I love that. Like it kind of goes hand in hand. So it was good for me to see.
Yeah, well, I was certainly so grateful for like how open they were and how willing they were to share, their inner world. I think the 2 things that stood out to me was like that rapport and that relationship that Coach Green and Masai have. You can tell that they really trust one another and they have that history together. And at the same time, like they take it extremely seriously. And like they're really refining the mental game. Like even when it's something as simple as like how you talk about a rep. Like Coach Green was like very dialed in on the language that you use to inform how you perform. And I thought that was cool. Like they're thinking about things from all perspectives, including how you talk about what you're doing.
Yeah, I think, I love the call. I was like, I should have heard that a couple years ago. But basically, he was like, if I give you a compliment about your rep, don't come back and be like, well, I messed this up. He was like, because it's going to get in your head. So he was like, take the compliment, say, okay, coach, thanks, coach, keep it pushing. Because if you say those negative things, it'll go into your reps. So I was like, let me take that into my life. That's a little life advice, but it was good to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to though?
Wow, well, there's so many. I mean, there's great athletes and great competitions in every event. I typically am a mile guy. I love the 1500, the mile. But, after looking over the fields, I think the most compelling field, especially on the distance side, is the 3000 women's. It's a long list of people. I don't know who I would pick, but we have Whitney Morgan at the top, who's coming off a very resounding win at Melrose 2 weeks ago. She's based out in Utah, but then you also have Nikki Hiltz, with Shelby Houlihan. You have Ali Bukowski. About 5 or 6 women all in striking distance of that team, and so I think it's the 3,000 women for me is what I'm going to be keeping an eye on the most. And then the 15 is a little bit more of a mystery on the men's side because people have been running all sorts of distance. They've been doing the mile.
Yeah.
The 15 less so this season. So that's the marks are not necessarily reflective of like everybody that's in the mix. So I'm excited to see that.
I think one word you're going to hear me echo a lot is dog. And I do think the 3,000 meter is one of those races where a prerequisite in order to run is to be a dog. You're going 15 laps on indoor, and to keep up with the pace for 15 laps, and then maybe in the last 400 you're going to start kicking, and then in that last 100 you're going to get faster. Last 50, it's really and truly you're super fatigued, so it's who wants it more, who's going to run the gutsiest race. And I think it's going to be one of those down to the line types of races. Yeah.
You bring up a good point. I hadn't thought about the dynamics of like what makes indoor track so different. It is quite different from outdoor because the focus for that number of laps is you have to be a lot more focused and not lose your grip. And like you have this line of athletes, it's like thunderous, like it's tight. It's you're always turning. Like if you misstep or you clip somebody, like things could go wrong. Like you really have to be focused for like a lot of laps, like especially in the distance events, and really be tuned into moves. And when people try to make a gap, like it's a lot harder to make passes on these turns in an indoor track, for example. So just like the focus that is required is very high.
Yeah, I think even like the strategy going into it, like when to pass, like there's places you probably shouldn't pass. And I think even your like 400s where you cut in and like there's all these different strategies, everything maybe except for like the 60, you have to kind of change slightly what you would do outdoor versus indoor.
Yeah, and be extremely strategic about it as well. Almost treat it like it's a different sport. Like I know we're talking about the 3,000 and we're talking about USA's, but just to kind of like relay it back, when I was talking to Grant Fisher after he broke the 5,000 world record last week, towards the second half of the race, it was really him against the clock. He didn't have anyone beside him kind of pushing him like he did with Cole at Melrose for the 3,000. So at some point, sometimes those races do stretch out, and you have to understand now it's me versus the clock.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, it takes a different level of just mental fortitude to really make sure that you're on pace for whichever pace you want to run, running the standard, etc.
This meet looks a little bit different than a lot of the meets we've seen this season thus far because there's spots on the line. It's not just about running the fastest time possible. Do you think that's going to affect how some of these races play out?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think you'll see people be strategic. Probably whoever's leading, they're going to tuck behind and just stay because it doesn't matter how fast you run if you already have the time. You just have to get your placement. But you could tell us more about what that looks like.
Yeah, I definitely want to piggyback off that point because one of the things that I think we've all heard from our coaches at some point or another is to run your race. And if you don't, it could really and truly be the end all be all. It could be the difference between you staying here or going to China. So I think there's a strategy involved, not just in terms of, oh, let me just run a certain time, let me run a certain standard, because most of these athletes already have it, just being the premier athletes that they are.
Yeah.
But on top of that, you now have to keep in consideration it's top two. So I have to finish in top two.
So I think for the rules are a little bit confusing maybe if you're not totally familiar. So it sounds like top two are going to go. If both have the world standard time, then that's Team USA.
Yes.
Those are the two spots. However, if somebody gets top two and does not have the world standard, it sounds like World Athletics will continue to give them a window of time to get that time, the world qualifying standard, before I think March 9th.
Yes, March 9th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a few factors at play. You do have to run fast, that's for sure. But placement obviously is critical as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think in the 3K, we might see people trying to get the time if they don't have it. I changed my answer. That you might see people running to get the time, and the people who have the time might still run their normal race strategically.
Well, because you have some folks that already have the time and then some that don't.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be in the same race.
Yeah.
I think because you have that window, if I'm anyone's coach here, one of the biggest things that I'm going to really emphasize is you better run to win. If you do not hit the standard time, it won't be the end of the world.
Right.
It would be nice if you do get it, but if you don't get it, you have until March 9th. At that point, I'm just going to be like, listen, we'll just get some races under your belt and we're going to be running and gunning, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I wonder how much of that we're going to see, like people that don't have the standard yet that end up having to come back. Who knows? They have to run more than once after USA.
Name of the game.
Yeah. I like the word dog that you use. I think we'll see that because I think to compete to win is insane. Like I think we'll see a lot of neck and neck finishes. I think we'll see a lot of like pushing to the line because you have to. There will be no let me jog across unless you're that far ahead. I don't know if we have anybody like that here right now, but I think dog is the perfect word because that's what it's going to be. Top two is crazy. I'm not going to lie. Top two is wild.
It is.
Like, that's the best of the best. So I'm excited to see. I think Grant Holloway said earlier today, it's going to be the Avengers that come out of this and goes to China. So.
Well, speaking of Grant, I think he sits, he's very clearly sits at the top of the hurdles. And I think I don't think he's lost in a decade, is what we heard.
Yep.
How cool was that? And we got to hear from him directly this morning. What were some of your takeaways from this morning at the press conference and hearing Grant talk?
It's the fact that it didn't even faze him.
Yeah.
It didn't even faze. He said, yeah, another day in the office, I'm on a win streak. Some things come to an end, but that just won't be this weekend.
Yeah.
So you can tell that he definitely practices humility, but he exudes confidence as well. Because he didn't look nervous. It didn't shake him when someone said it.
Yeah.
He just was kind of like, yeah. And then to the point where he had to be reminded that he was the one that has the 60-meter hurdle world record. So he is just super calm, super chill, and I think that also plays a factor in how he races and how well he races. That he really knows how to keep his composure, and I think that speaks to his championship pedigree.
Yeah, no, that was hilarious. I think Paul was the one who asked him the question, and he was like, I broke it last year at this meet? Yeah, you broke the world record last year. I don't know if it's like he's too fast to remember because he runs fast all the time, or if it's like an elite mindset, but I think it's really nice to see as a former athlete and as a fan to see somebody be so great, have a fun personality about it. He also made another comment too where he was like, don't jinx me. He's like, every time I leave these press conferences, everybody talks about how much I win. Don't jinx me. I still have to go out there, qualify, earn my spot just like everybody else. So it's going to be amazing to see. Watching him is always fun. I wonder if he's going to shave his head again. That passes my mind. I feel like when he's bald, he runs a little bit faster. But
bald era?
Like aerodynamics maybe? That plays a role.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to. So I'll be sure to ask him.
I think we'll see a record go down.
Ooh, in hurdles?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if he made it look so easy last year, and he's just continue to get better.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. All right, so we've been talking a lot about the events on the track, but what are you guys looking forward to about the field events?
Yes, so shot put, I am so excited. I'm a little biased because of Trip Pippery, but women's shot put, Chase Jackson, the sight to see, and then her makeup to go behind that.
Oh, yeah.
I need a little makeup routine. She said that she'll give it to me, so I'm excited. Maybe I'll come with a little new look after I talk to her a couple days. But
she always knows how to show out for these.
yeah, it should be fun. I'm excited to watch her compete and throw, and then make the team.
Look good, feel good. And as we're talking about looking good, who's been looking great and has been looking great since the Olympics, Jasmine Moore. She is here. It's always, she's such a special field eventer to me because I don't think it's oftentimes you're seeing someone excel at the level she is at both the long jump and the triple.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that, like, you're both jumping into a sand pit with both events, but they're so different in their technique.
Yeah.
So yeah, this should be a fun one.
So I'm so excited to see Jasmine. She's doing both long and triple, which is nice to see her continuously do both. Like, she never ducks anything.
Yeah.
Both events every time. She was the first American to medal in both at the Olympics, which is insane. So to watch her come away with those medals and then come here to still execute and perform is really nice to see. I think we had some people retire from the sport and feel, so it's a little bit sad, but I think she's prepared to kind of take that legacy.
Yeah, she's a special athlete, very, very special. Because to your point, with her being the first American to medal in both in the Olympics, to excel at that level for long and triple jump is extremely difficult. Yes, you're jumping into a sand pit both times, but there is a different technique used for both events.
Yeah.
She was a spectacular athlete her whole life.
Yeah.
Shout out to FloTrack. She used to be a cheerleader. But yeah. I think that definitely also plays a role in her bounciness and her athleticism, period.
Yeah. I think the one that I was interested in is Katie Moon, the gold medalist in the women's pole vault, who we heard from this morning, and is coming off Paris where she got silver. And she has just moved. She's relocated to be with her husband. She said she's been kind of in a distance relationship for most of her relationship with her husband, and has now moved to the same place as him, and I think they're out in Topeka or
Tulsa.
So it's a switch up for her, but she says she's happier than she's ever been and feels more aligned. So I'm really excited for her to see, yes, she's changing kind of her training setup from in Atlanta, but how has this moved in as this next phase of her career, like how that's going to look for her if she's feeling better.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited for that.
That's an interesting point too. I think environment plays a huge role in an athlete's success, but you also mentioned, or we all heard today, that she's happier than she's ever been. So I want to see how that's going to translate into her vaulting.
Yeah, I'm also excited to see though too, because she's now training not with the coach in person,
Right.
And I think there's some learning curve to that because now you're your own coach.
Well, speaking of not training in person, this was so fascinating.
Yeah.
Josh Holloway was there this morning, and he said that he's coached by somebody in Australia, and him and his two other brothers kind of just work together. Clearly, it's working for them.
Yeah.
But there's another case of like a remote coach setup working just fine, and you just figure out your system to like make that.
And that's across country. I've state lines is one thing. Across the country, he's in like what? Australia? Yeah. That's insane.
Across continents.
Coaching.
That is crazy. And the level of discipline that you have to have is really up there, because I know, like, if I work remotely, it's definitely different versus in office.
Yeah.
So to train, it remotely is ridiculous. So
Coach isn't there to keep an eye on you.
Yeah, you just really have to be like, listen, this is what I want. This is what I dedicated my life to. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's impressive to see from a distance runner. I think you see it with field a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Krauser trains himself. Joe Kovac's trained by his wife. Like, you see it more there, but distance, to run alone or run with your brothers, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to say crazy. That's different, but it works. Yeah.
You got to figure out what your support system is, whether it's your spouse or siblings, training partners. You have some sort of system in place to kind of keep you accountable.
It is impressive, but I think I'm going to use your word, a bit crazy too. I think in order to be really good at this sport, you have to be a bit unhinged.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I think anybody that runs a 400 up is a little bit crazy.
Just a little
yeah, so it's just something. It's what makes you good, though. Yeah.
It hurts so good.
So where can folks catch all the action?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked that. So, guys, tune in live on Saturday, USATF.tv on the new and improved app. And then on Sunday, you can catch it on USATF.tv from 10 a.m., but from 1 to 3 p.m., NBC and Peacock.
Prime time.
Prime time, baby.
It's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of great races to catch. Look forward to covering it all here on FloTrack, and we'll stay tuned for more action.
All right, y'all, we had to transition down to the track because we spotted the one, the only Olympic champion and all-star celebrity participant, Masai Russell.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So yeah, we're here at USATF Indoors and we are looking forward to you running. Your coach oftentimes says it's usually just Masai gets herself. Just tell us, how excited are you for this weekend?
I'm just excited. This is my last indoor meet. I was gonna do indoor worlds, but I have bigger goals. So this is definitely different to just come to a meet and just, do really good and just leave and get ready for outdoors. But I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. This track seems really fast. The energy feels good. I feel light. I just feel ready to run.
No, for sure. It's a long season for sure, so that definitely makes sense. And as we're talking about it being a long season, we have to make a quick right turn.
We do.
All-star game. I mentioned it just now. You got to tell us, what was that experience like?
I mean, I was just out there having a ball. I had a great time. I don't regret going, everything about it. I was a little weary at first just because for me, when I'm in season, I'm locked in and that's what I'm focused on. But, the opportunity presented itself. So I didn't feel like I could turn it down. And I just had the time. I was out there, like I said, serving looks, no stats.
Period.
Out there just having fun. I told everyone I touched the basketball more the last 3 days than I have in the last 3 years. So I had no expectations. I am a professional track runner. So I was out there doing my big one, just enjoying life, having a great time.
I love that. And then you got to meet some really cool people.
Yes.
We got the streamers Kai. We have Drewski with his new show. Talk to me about what that was like and all the people you got to meet.
If you actually watched the NBA posted a video Drewski falling on the ground acting like he was hurt. I was standing right there and I was so weak. Drewski is so funny. Kai is so funny. Everyone's themselves. I don't know. I feel like celebrities get a bad stigma sometimes, but I think when they're around other people who are known or famous or good at what they do, they're more of themselves. And like I said, I had a time. They were so funny. I just was laughing the whole night. I couldn't stop laughing. So yeah, it was definitely an experience. And hopefully y'all see me on, somebody's stream. Hopefully.
Would you stream yourself?
I don't know.
Would you Twitch coming soon?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Someone need to give me a class or something. And would you just set up the camera and people just join? I don't know. Maybe if y'all gonna tap into my Twitch stream, whatever, maybe. But no, I haven't thought that far yet.
Okay.
But hopefully I can be on somebody else's stream first. Then build up the following a little more.
I can see it.
And then create my own thing.
Period. I love
You have
that.
the celebrity status, so I'm sure.
Do
I think you do.
You was just in the celebrity game.
I know, but sometimes sometimes I just feel it's I guess, but I'm not as famous as
You trying to get recognized on the streets?
I'm trying to get,
or
I don't want to say I'm trying to. I just always say if that's what God has for me, that's for me. I'm okay with going into the grocery store and no one know who I am and I can leave and not have to talk to nobody. But if God has other plans, then, that's what it is.
I love that. I'll say a little prayer for you. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know what the future holds.
You gotta let me give you your flowers real quick though, because I know you're saying you're not of that certain status, but you have to be invited to the NBA All-Star Celebrity.
No, I
Game.
know.
So I gotta give you your flowers.
Thank you.
And while I'm doing that, what do you think this does for the sport?
For track?
For track.
I think that it just opens doors to just show that track athletes can be in other rooms outside of just track opportunities. I feel like this is now the brink of track athletes moving outside of the sport. Where you see Gabby Thomas in Vogue.
Yeah.
You see me at the All-Star game. You see these, even Noah doing amazing things. So, track athletes aren't just on the track. They're not just track athletes. They're expanding outside of that. So I'm glad that I could be now stepping into that and doing things outside of the track. And, track is home, but there's other things outside to, help propel you outside of just track in the future.
Well said.
I love that.
Thank you.
And I do have this random question in my head.
Oh, Lord.
No, it's not anything crazy. Your Olympic gold medal,
Yeah.
where do you keep it at? Not where do you keep it at, but is it hung on a tree? Where do you have it at?
Tree?
Christmas tree. Okay, no, I ran my first marathon. I put it on it was an ornament.
Wow,
I was y'all gonna.
thought about that.
Yeah.
No, I wish I would have thought about that. I guess I'll do that
Next
next
year.
year.
Next year.
But no, it's just in a case, very safe.
Okay.
And covered up. I don't like to look at it. I don't like to dwell on it too hard. I had my Olympic glory. Everything that came with that, I feel like I experienced that. But now we're in a new year, new season. Of course, I still have the title. I still have the name. I still have a standard that everyone believes that, I'm supposed to be at because I'm an Olympic champion. But for me, I'm just it's a new year, new season, new goals, and we're just here now.
Period. I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Are you gonna run finals?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just not after finals. Okay.
I ain't coming here to run one race. I'm not coming here to just do that. So yeah, I'm gonna go run the final, and then pack our bags, head back home, get ready for outdoor.
I love that. Well, thank you for talking with us.
No,
Thank
that was
you.
amazing.
Thank you, guys.
Make sure you
Appreciate
guys are watching.
Yeah, tune in.
Cute.
Thanks, guys.
What's up, y'all? We are back down here on the track with Quincy Wilson and Coach Joe. We're so super excited to talk to you. You know, you're running the 400 tomorrow. It seems as though every time you're on the track, you're breaking a record of some sort. Can you talk to the amount of maybe pressure that's like?
I mean, it's not really any pressure. Just going out on the track and just giving my best effort is what I come to do every time. And just knowing I got something on my mind and why I'm running on the track is why I'm doing it. And if once you have that, just go out there and compete.
It's pressure if he runs against me, though. 'Cause he's done already. I told him I got one race left in me. If he gets it, it's wraps.
He'll be in a wheelchair. He'll be like that.
What? Hold on,
A
Coach Joe.
wheelchair is crazy.
Right. Why did he go there? You could have just been like, I get beat. You had to go to the wheel. Yeah, thank you.
He doesn't have a hip.
Okay, I got 2 hips. You want to?
So, Coach Joe, we pulled some strings and got you in the 400-meter
Okay,
entry
so-
list. So you'd be telling me that you could beat Quincy?
So
Drop
the
45.
event is closed right now. So
think we can find a lane.
No, it's closed. No, it's closed, y'all. Come on, we
Lane
don't.
one still.
Oh.
Lane 1 is crazy work.
If I beat you in lane 1, boy, you should retire. You better go pick up football again.
You running back in the day?
Why are we doing that? Why
I'm
are we
just
doing
curious.
that?
I
Why
want to
are we
know what
doing
was your
that?
specialty.
Why are we doing that?
Ran 48
400. I did not run 48 seconds. I ran 45.9. That was my PR.
Okay.
But we didn't have.
Is that not true? Was it on a relay or something?
Why did that?
You ran 48 seconds.
I did not run 48 seconds. You ran 48 seconds.
In 7th grade.
That's crazy work.
It's true. It's true.
So I take it you're not going.
No.
Spike up.
But see, I've been saving it up. I've been saving
Okay.
this up for years. So he doesn't know. Like, the key is this: like, build up their confidence. This is all to break his confidence down and destroy him when I get on the track. I've been letting you build it up. If I step on the track, tomorrow against you, don't walk away.
I'm not.
I need don't look around and see if you can get some help. It's over.
I'm
So
gonna
can
look
we
around
expect
for help.
something?
Well, I'm gonna look for help for you.
We need a medic.
That's
So can
help.
we expect something outdoor season? Coach versus athlete?
Okay, we can stay away from this
Okay,
whole me
okay.
running thing because I'm actually race war. I will crush you in the race war. You want to go right now? What are we supposed to be talking about?
It's okay. That's
all
funny.
day. This is all
48
day
is
for us.
crazy too, but I respect it. I respect it.
I ran 47 in high school.
Okay.
I did run. You weren't even there. You were born like last week. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? You were born like last week. I ran 47 in high school.
You know, you just mentioned something. That's a great segue to my next question. You said he was born last week. Quincy, it's no secret you're young, right?
Right.
But you're running against a lot of men, right? Does that feel any type of way? Do you feel like intimidated anyway or no?
No, I mean, you guys seen what I've done in the past, and I just feel like it's no different. Let's come out here and compete. Let's get to it. It's no different.
Right. And you know, you have a great relationship with Ryan Norwood, very much so, like big brother, little brother. Can you talk about that relationship and expand on that?
It's just like it's more than just a track. He cares for me more than just me running 44.2. We talk, we strategize, we play the game, we do a lot of things together. And so it's more than just on the track that y'all see. It's a lot of different things. And you see some of our videos and some of our trolls, but yeah, it's honestly just a good environment, a fun environment for us. And it's not just, that's why I think the races, when you run, you just see such great times because we're all just out there running relieved, and it's not like a rivalry. We just go out there and compete. And we're not friends on the track, but after it's really cool.
Yeah, me and Nia talked about this a little bit earlier. The 400 men, y'all have a dog mentality, and it's really nice to always watch. I think Vernon officially has UNC status. Everybody knows that. So what's it like to kind
Why y'all
of...
make it Vernon like he's real old? Wait a minute. I'm gonna look out for Vernon. Vernon, I got you. Vernon is not that old. Vernon's 32. He's 32.
He's
That's
been
not
running
really
since
old.
I've been running.
Okay, so
And-
we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this.
He's a vet. He's a vet.
He's a vet.
He's an OG, but you know, it's like I just
OG
went backwards
equals Unc.
because I was now helping him. Now I'm going backwards. I'm gonna leave him.
He's not old. Like he like handles his business. He's still a dog. But like, what's it like to have like Unc in the same like heat or relay as you, and kind of like leveling that out?
I feel like it's really good because you need that person that's just that's been there longer than I have. he's been in the sport longer than I have. And so he's just there. He knows what to experience. He knows what's going to happen in certain things. So he's just telling me some extra advice for me to go out there and run is just the best thing you need. And he's just, like I said, he wanted to mentor to me once he retires. So it's just, he's mentoring me while we're still racing. So I think it's really good.
I love that. And then I think everybody, go
Let me tell
ahead.
you, here's a funny thing. We were just talking about this at USA's. The cool thing is every time that Vernon and him run, like he's like, I'm gonna retire, but then he keeps making Vernon run faster because he runs fast, and Vernon's like, I'm not gonna let him show me up. So Vernon keeps running. So if you keep running, you keep PRing, maybe we can keep Vernon in here for the next 10 years.
And then he'll be UNC status,
Yeah,
or
he'll be UNC
okay,
status.
all right. I think everybody saw the USATF video of the Starbucks order. I'm going tomorrow. Like when you finish, I'll be there in the mix zone. Let me know what I need to order.
All right, cool.
You want me to say it?
No, yes, I know it's chai latte, venti. That's all I got.
Venti iced chai tea latte with 5 pumps of vanilla sweet cream cold foam and caramel drizzle on top. I know it by heart.
I'm getting that. The best interviews are gonna be tomorrow.
How to break a record 101.
You can't do that.
What do you mean I do drink?
Oh, God.
You said you drank it before you went. What, 44?
Yes, 44 too. That morning I drank it.
You know what you should do? You should get that and then run. You could probably.
Do that.
We could
That's
all
40
PR.
That's 43
That
too.
sugar rush,
That's
you gonna be
43
on
too.
That's funny. Awesome. Well, that's all I have. I'm going to order it tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah. You have anything
I
else?
just have one last question. So obviously, top 2 makes it to Worlds.
Right.
We were talking about up in the booth, a lot of people are probably running this to win and having to run their own race. I just want to know, and kind of two-parter for you and Coach, how does that look like? How does running Quincy's race look?
Go first. All right. So I was just telling him earlier, like, he's young, but he's not a rookie in the sport anymore. So one of the things I love is that he's matured. He's seen just about everything that happens in track and field. And oh, by the way, he's been running since he was 6. So we have a race plan if the race goes out fast, or the race plan if things go a little bit slower. But the great thing I love about what I'm seeing this year versus and where he was last year is when the challenge is happening, he doesn't panic and he knows what to do. So whatever happens in the race, he's going to be ready for it because he's already been there and he's seen more than anybody has seen at his age.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, for me, just go out there. Like I said, just step on there and give my best ability. I'm just going to go out there and compete. I'm going to compete with everybody I've been waiting for. I ran 400 this year. You've seen I competed, and that's what I've been running these other races for, to get ready for the 400. So I'm just going to go out there and compete and be the best version of myself that I can be and what I've been training to be. And so that's what I'm going to go out there and try to do.
Hey, spoken like a true dog.
Period. Hey, y'all. We are here in New York with none other than Monae Nichols, the Olympian, the world indoor medalist. Got silver last year. You're back here at US Indoors trying to get that top 2 spot. What are you excited about? What are you looking forward to?
I'm excited about jumping here. I never jumped here before, and it's nice. My favorite color is green.
Yeah.
I love the setup. It's just cute.
No, I like Ocean Breeze. It's my first time being here too.
Really?
I like the vibes, the stands. I'm a fan. Yeah.
The vibes, the natural lighting.
No, not you not taking pictures.
Yeah.
When you get that first place, you'll.
I'm supposed to talk about jumping. Yeah, I was so excited to compete and jump here. I hear this is a nice track to jump on.
I love that.
My priorities.
They're aligned. It's their priorities though. Look good, jump good. It all aligns.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll pass it off to you.
Yes, Monae, I've been talking to a lot of athletes about this. It is such a long season. You got World Championships outdoors in September. So just tell me, how does this kind of sharpen you up for all that?
Yeah, so to be honest, I've just been training through. My coach just finally put me on competition weight. So this is basically practice for me, heading into the outdoor season. Outdoor season is more important, than indoor. So we're just training through, getting good marks, getting my confidence up. Yeah.
So, you bring up your confidence. So I got to ask, what does that look like for you when you're in tip-top shape? What's the difference between Monae at peak confidence versus maybe Monae right now as we're getting ready to build to that?
You know what?
That's a good one. She ate.
Monae in training is just Monae, regular. I'm just here smiling, giddy, bubbly, thinking about natural lighting.
Yes.
But when Monae's in tip-top shape, then Aaliyah comes out. Yeah. Aaliyah's a firecracker. Aaliyah's that last jump and making it on the world's team. The Olympic team. That's Aaliyah. Do whatever she can to make it, you know?
That alter ego's very Beyonce as Sasha Fierce. I know that's right.
If somebody's making a sign, like, should they put Aaliyah or we stick with Monae?
You can stick with whatever.
Okay, all right.
Both of them is valid. Both of them is valid.
I love that.
Nice. So are we getting ready to see Aaliyah this weekend?
To be honest, Leah always during competition. So yeah.
And then coming into this, having made the World Indoor team previously, do you feel like there's any type of target or anybody like kind of gunning for your position?
You know, I feel like everybody's gunning for this top 2. I wouldn't say me personally. Like they're personally gunning for me, but everybody's just gunning for top 2.
Yeah.
Like, who don't want to go to Beijing? China,
Yeah.
Konnichiwa. You feel me?
Okay. I heard that's an 18-hour flight too. I know Grant kind of talked on it today, but he was like, it's really far. So is there anything you're going to do when you make the team to kind of adjust to that completely different time zone, let alone culture?
You know, the time zone, I was just talking to Isaac about this. Like, should I even change my time zone? Because I jump on the 3rd day at 10 o'clock a.m. So 10 o'clock a.m. is about 8 o'clock p.m. my time. So should I even adjust? Like, I'm going to have to work on that. That's the only thing I'm kind of scared of, because if it's 10 a.m., I'm going to have to wake up at 5, get ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so why I just...
You might as well just...
keep my same rhythm.
Yeah.
And that's probably my plan. If I do it, I do it. If I don't, Lord, help me.
No, I love
How tough is
that.
that though? Because I mean, I think like kind of the nature of professional track and field is you're doing a lot of traveling. You're in a lot of time zones, different continents. So how does that adjustment play a role in your training?
I don't think I do. I'm not gonna lie. I just let my body do whatever, and hopefully I wake up on time to compete. I'm very type B, guys. I'm sorry. I'm type B.
Wait, so I have a question. Like, have you ever forgotten anything important?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
For sure. Oh, multiple.
Give me one story.
Not professional or like just in general.
Your best story. It could be in general.
Okay, so I was at Bethune-Cookman University, Hell Wildcats. This is my first outdoor conference over there, and my coach sat there and said, triple check everything, right? Yeah. You know, I did my 1 check. I did my double check, it was in there. Triple check, I took it out to make sure it was in there. I did not put it in my spikes now. I left all my spikes. I was running in, at that time, I think my foot size was like 7, 7.5. I was running in like 8, 8.5 shoes. Like, I was just taking shoes from everybody, yes.
Did your feet hurt after?
What you mean? I'm over here like, I better not foul because I have too big of a shoe. You know what I'm saying?
Did you?
Winning.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I didn't win.
Do you know how upset I would be as a competitor if you, like, that means you like that. If you showed up a shoe size too big.
Yeah, that's like a football player showing up to the field without his helmet. Like,
Yeah, I left my spikes, yes. I think professionally, I don't think I had that moment. Actually, yes, last year. I didn't leave my spikes, but like I could not find it. My heart dropped, and that was during Indoor Worlds. Well, yeah.
And you got the silver.
Yeah.
Dog.
So I'm not saying, like, okay, maybe you should have like a panic attack, like, oh my God, where my spikes at, before you jump, and then like you find them?
First off, I needed it because I was freaking out. Like, I don't really have performance anxiety, but when I do, it's like bad.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that last part's not good, but that you don't have performance anxiety, that's really good.
Yeah. But when I do, it's like off the chart. So I'm over here, and then I couldn't find it. When I tell you my heart dropped, and it was like leveled. Literally, like it calmed me down. I was like, thank God, I needed that.
I like that. I do need a tip for the people. Nope. Do you have a prayer? Like what?
I do have a playlist. It's called Ninjas in Beijing now. It used to be Ninjas in the ninja emoji in Paris. Now it's Ninja in Beijing.
Love that.
And then it's like a little collage. Like y'all have like the collage board. I have the collage song. I need my phone. I should show it.
I'll be here tomorrow and the day after. I'll ask you again.
Gotta revisit that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was amazing.